Hi, hello, my name is Gomer Joseph. I hope you've all been having a great day. Welcome back to another True Crime Tuesdays video, and if you are new, I welcome you. Before I discuss today's case, I'd like to mention my Christian suspense book series, Never As It Seems. The first book in the series is available on Amazon, and you can read it on any device on the Kindle app. But you can also get it for free if you have got Kindle Unlimited, which is like Amazon's streaming service for books, or you can get a 30-day free trial or get a 2-month free trial. Or until the 21st of June, if you do have Amazon Prime, you can still be able to read Never As It Seems for free. The link will be in the description box if you are interested. Today I'll be discussing a requested case of the unsolved disappearance of Dannette and Jeannette Millbrook, I guess commonly known as the Millbrook twins. This case was very mysterious, frustrating, and heartbreaking. For so long, the family of these twins have been desperately searching for answers. And it seems like people have kept the family from getting these answers. When this case first began, you would have thought that the family would have received some details, but unfortunately, they got nothing. Now, I encourage you all to do your own research with this case and not to just look at my videos for all of the information. Here we go. Dannette and Jeannette Millbrook were born on April 2nd, 1974 in Augusta, Georgia to parents John Millbrook and Miss Louise. The twins did have sisters. I know that they had an older sister by the name of Hacienda, who unfortunately passed away, but they also had younger sisters by the name of Shantae and Jessica. As for the twins' parents, their relationship was very toxic and abusive. Miss Louise's husband would even put his hands on her, even when she was pregnant. And I can't even get to that, mindset about how a man can put their hands on a woman, especially when she's carrying your children. Thankfully, they eventually ended the relationship when the twins were 2. The twins were described as people who just loved having fun, and they truly enjoyed spending time with their family. These twins were loved, and it seemed like, most of the time they were, side by side. I know that Dannette, she was taller than Jeannette. She was known as the peacemaker, and she was pretty bold and always stood up for Jeannette. On March 18th, 1990, the twins were 15 at the time. It was a normal day. They attended church, then after church, they went to Church's Chicken for lunch. When they arrived back home, Jeannette said that someone in a white van had them followed. Later that day, the twins were traveling a lot around the neighborhood. They had to go to their godfather Ted's house to get some money. Then they walked to their cousin Juanita's house. Then afterwards, they went to their sister Hacienda's house. After visiting their older sister, the twins went to the local gas station, which was the last place that the twins would ever be seen again. It was getting late, and the twins didn't get back home. Miss Louise was getting worried, rightfully so. So she and Shantae began looking for the twins themselves, basically trying to retrace their steps. Since the twins couldn't be found, Miss Louise called the cops, but the cops claimed that they couldn't do anything for 24 hours. Now, I understand that the Amber Alert didn't start until 6 years later, but these girls are 15, they're children, so I think, even back in 1990, it would have been pretty ridiculous. Unless, anybody who was born, grew up around the 90s. I was born in the late 90s. This is where I'm trailing off. I was born in the late 90s, but I didn't really grow up in the 90s. So anybody who grew up in the 90s, explain to me, was it just normal for cops not to just go out searching for children, immediately? So please answer that for me. So the cops were waiting 24 hours to search for these 2 missing 15-year-old girls. So again, I think it's pretty ridiculous to wait that long to find 2 missing girls. Miss Louise was directed to a detective, Jim Shipp, and he told Miss Louise that her 2 daughters probably ran away. without even knowing what the twins' home life was even like. So he pretty much decided not to look for the twins. Of course, this runaway theory didn't make sense to Miss Louise because even when the twins finished school, they always came home right after. When John, the twins' father, heard about this, he said something pretty disrespectful and pretty strange. He literally said if the police wanted to talk with him about the twins, that he wanted people to tell the police that he was dead. And hearing about this, finding out about this, I just see that John is another case of a scrub. Back to Detective Ship. This man is a complete mess. He claimed that he spoke to Miss Louise regularly, but Miss Louise and people in her family stated that he barely communicated with her at all. What's even worse was that in 1993, 3 years after the twins went missing, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children contacted the family stating that the twins were found. Sadly, after getting their hopes up, it was determined that it was false, and they eventually found out that Detective Ship was the one who contacted the organization. He contacted the organization stating that the twins were found, and I want y'all to brace yourselves as to why he did this. He said that the case was pretty much closed, and he closed the case because somebody saw the twins. Yet, he, Detective Jim Ship, never laid eyes on the girls at all. And I just hate how there are just pure evil men who work in the police force. That same year, there was this, I hope I'm saying this right, Aiken County Jane Doe, which appeared, and the Jane Doe was believed to have died between 1990 and 1992, and keep in mind the twins disappeared in 1990. When this Jane Doe appeared, the family believed that this Jane Doe was possibly Jeannette, but they were told that it wasn't, and the family didn't really get a reason as to why this Jane Doe wasn't Jeannette. But the police claimed that they did a private test that ruled out either of the twins being this specific Jane Doe. With this case comes theories. There is one theory that this Joseph Patrick Washington, he was a serial killer around the same neighborhood that, the twins resided at. Washington killed like either 2 to 3 women, and one of the women that he abducted was actually at the gas station parking lot where the twins were last seen. Now, Washington died in 1999, but he was arrested in 1993, so he wasn't considered a suspect with the twins case, which was, because basically they couldn't look at him as a suspect because the twins case was unjustifiably closed, and with him being dead, and if there's like a possibility that he could have done something with the twins, like those secrets are buried right alongside with this monster. Another theory is that John Millbrook's friends, there's an Ernest Vaughn and a Reggie Cummings who got in trouble with the law for drug crimes. John even took part in hiding a body at a local landfill. And I don't know why this man only served a few years in prison for literally like hiding a body, but the police didn't look into Vaughn's or Cummings, who are currently in prison. According to Vaughn's, John Millbrook was on crack. He, the twins, the night that they disappeared, according to Vaughn's, they went to see their father in, I guess, which was probably a crack house. Vaughn's claimed that one of the twins were smoking weed and drinking alcohol, and they were said to have been around these sketchy guys. One of the twins were getting assaulted from what it sounded like, so the other twin wasn't having it. To me, since Dannette was always known to defend Jeannette, this scenario of one twin standing up for the other does make sense. Things got heated, things got violent, and one of the twins, that was standing up for her sister, fell and hit their head on the table, and the girls started screaming according to Vaughn's. Then Vaughn said that everyone was told to leave the house, and Vaughn believes that the twins are dead, and police believe that Vaughn is describing a different murder though, so they decided not to look into it. So if the girls that he saw were not the twins, then who are the two girls who got killed? Like, I mean, please, like, just make it make sense. Like, I truly don't understand. Like, who else? How would you know that he is talking about two other girls? Like, is there a certain case that y'all have in mind that, lines up with Vaughn's side of the story instead of the twins? Like, I think he would, recognize, like, even if it's nighttime, like, you would still recognize, who you saw get hurt one night, But I don't want to ramble off. Okay, now there are going to be a few names that you have to go ahead and keep up with, so please bear with me. Now, there is this, remember when Jeannette and Dannette said that there was a white van following them? So as for the white van, Vaughn's claimed that there was a guy named Oodle Boy, who, which is, obviously a street name, like his mama didn't name him Oodle Boy, but he was known in the neighborhood as Oodle Boy, and he was always known for having a white van. He had a nephew named Lil Cheese, which was at the house the night the twins disappeared. And when police were trying to talk with Lil Cheese, he decided not to speak without his lawyer. It's been 31 years since Dannette and Jeannette went missing. Their family misses them so much, and I do pray for them. Like, their mother lost 2 daughters in the same night. Not only that, but she lost another daughter who passed away some years ago. I mean, that's basically like 3 children in total if the twins are no longer alive. So I can't imagine what Miss Louise is going through, since she has no idea where her 2 children are. My prayer is that the family gets the answers that they need. The God that I serve, the God of the Bible, is an all-seeing God. He knows exactly what happened that night, and he knows exactly what happened to the twins, and will make sure that justice is served if justice needs to be served. I thank you for taking the time in your day to watch this video. If you did like this video, please feel free to hit the like button. If you do have any thoughts on this case, please leave your thoughts in the comment section. If you'd like to see more videos from me, please feel free to subscribe and click the bell to be notified about the next video. If there's a certain true crime case that you'd like me to cover, please let me know. I will see you all for the next True Crime Tuesday, and I will talk to you all later.